What is up, my cool? What is up, my cool fams? It is I, Tarun TAC, and welcome to my hopefully last live stream on StreamYard before I start, or probably hopefully my last live stream ever before I start my new channel on this. Maybe afterwards I can probably do something, but hopefully my last one on this, my last live stream I'm doing before I start my new channel. So today we are going to be talking about a very interesting, particularly interesting and amazing topic. This topic is Zionism and Hindutva, why we are same. Basically, this topic covers the idea that Hindutva, which is this so-called radical right-wing kind of a radical right-wing kind of ideology, that of which states that India should recognize Hinduism as its main culture. Okay, that India should be a Hindu ethno-state. Maybe other countries could exist, other ethnicities could exist, but they should stay minorities because Hinduism should stay the main. Or at least if you don't want that, at least that India should recognize Hinduism as its main religion, or not main religion, but its main culture. Hinduism is at the core of Indian culture. Indianism, it's just Hinduism. Indian is just the way that of which Indo is just the term that of which the British, or not the British, I mean the Greeks gave to the word. So basically, Hindu is the name that of which the Persians gave to people who live near the Sindhu River. The Sindhu River is a river in Pakistan, that of which was where the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa was said to be nearby, which is where the Indus Valley civilization gets its name. It's known as the Indus River because it's the Sindhu River. So they called it the Indus River, even though it's the Sindhu River. So this Indus River was called the Sindhu River. The Persians, like the Achaemenid king Cyrus the Great, came over and started to call the river by the term of the what do I call this? So he began to call it the river by the term of, he couldn't pronounce Sindhu that well, so he started saying Hindu River. And nearby, people who live nearby the Sindhu, or as he called it, Hindu River, Cyrus the Great, Darius the Great, the Achaemenid Persian emperors, they called it a Hindu, and that's how the Persians gave the river the name the Hindu River. And anybody who lives beyond the river or nearby to the river are known as Hindu people. The people who follow the culture of nearby that river are called the Hindu people, and their culture is known as Hindu culture. Their civilization is known as Hindu civilization. Okay, so that's where we got their name, Hindu. The Greeks came over and learned all about this from the text of Avesta, so they began to call the Hindu people as they began to call the Sindhu, or the Sindhu River, as the Indus River. And they began to call Indus. I get it now. They just replaced the S at the end. That's really catchy. Anyway, the Sindhu River, not the Sindhu, I mean the Hindu people, they began to call them as the Indo people. So originally, India was called as Bharat, named after the great king Bharat, who was the son of the king Dushyanta and the queen Shakuntala, who were said to have ruled over the entire kingdom. In fact, it was said that even Kauravas and Pandavas of Mahabharata were descended from him. And he was the and Shakuntala, his mother, was the daughter of Vishwamitra, who was said to be the teacher of Sri Ram and Lakshman in the Ramayana. And it was from the lineage of this king Bharat, that of which his father, Dushyanta, was said to be the descendant of Yayati, a great king from the ancient times, according to Hindu mythology. And King Bharata was also said to have been the ancestor of the Pandavas and be a long lineage, a few generations above ancestor of the Pandavas and Kauravas of Mahabharata, or he was said to be a long lineage ancestor of Shantanu, the father of Bhishma, and the great grandfather of the Pandavas, and the great grandfather, no, the great great, no, the grandfather of, yeah, he was the great grandfather of the Pandavas and Kauravas in Mahabharata. This Shantanu was said to have been the descendant, sorry, don't forget that. This Shantanu was said to have been descendant of King Bharat. And it was from that King Bharat was said to have ruled over so much, including Iran and Iraq and all the way to let me just show it up to you guys. He was said to have ruled over Southeast Asia and parts of Tibet and all around these areas. In fact, Israel and Europe and Akhand Bharat. So you see, guys, this is the empire. Wait, let me just show you here. Okay, guys, here we go. This over here is considered to be Akhand Bharat Empire, or it is considered to be all the land that of which was ruled over by the great king Bharat or Bharata. As per Mahabharata, the great epic of the greatest epic in the whole wide world, the greatest epic of the entire world, an ancient Hindu epic, Mahabharata, literally translating to Great India, Bharat being Bharata or Bharat being the Hindi or Sanskrit way to pronounce India, as was the original name of India, and Maha great in great in Sanskrit, similar to mega, which is great in Greek, and magna, which is great in Latin. Similar to that, Maha, which means great in Sanskrit. Okay? So Mahabharat means Great India. It was about the Great Indian War between the Pandavas and the Kauravas. And in that great epic, it was mentioned that this is all the land that King Bharat had once ruled over. All the way to all the way to Krishma, all the way to Krishma, which to Greece, all the way to Akhand Bharat's Ashok Samraj. This is not Ashok Samraj. This is Akhand Bharat. He ruled over all the way. Ashoka never did that. That's stupid. But actual King Bharat was said to have ruled over much of all of this area in Western Europe and Greece and Italy and all the way to Turkey and Iran and Saudi Arabia and Israel. Yeah, wait, guys. Okay, guys, let's get back. So he ruled over Israel and Saudi Arabia. And this is all the land, what is now known as India, Southeast Asia, Sri Lanka, Saudi Arabia, Iran, Turkey, Israel, the Arabian Peninsula, and the Balkans, including Greece and Italy, and the Iberian Peninsula, and France. This, and even Tibet, Western China, and like Poland and stuff. This is considered to be the land that was ruled by King Bharat. So by that notice, Bharat or Akhand Bharat should be all of this land. There are some sources which cite that it wasn't this entire area, but just up till Iran to Southeast Asia and Tibet and India and Sri Lanka. This is all part of Akhand Bharat. This is all that King Bharat ever used to rule over. Some other sites state that this is the whole entire area that King Bharat ruled over. It's not actually mentioned in the Mahabharata, so we're not so knowing of all these things. But yeah, someone has joined. Please comment to tell me who you are. Anyway, my friends, this is the entirety. Oh, they left. Anyway, my friends, this is the entirety of Akhand Bharat Empire. This is all that of which was there. So there are many areas that show whether he ruled over which areas. Iran up till Iran and Southeast Asia and Tibet, or was it just India, or was it all that area? Anyway, he was said to have ruled over a lot of land, even up to Iran and Southeast Asia and Tibet and Sri Lanka, not just in India. So that's the land of the great King Bharat. But the thing about him is also that Bharat, King Bharata, he was a great ruler of the land, but eventually he just gave it over to someone who's not his son. In fact, he was the anti-nepotism king. So this guy was given lots of glories that his father, that his grandmother, his mother Shakuntala's mother, was a apsara or a nymph who seduced King Sage Vishwamitra when he was trying to do penance to Lord Brahma. So Indra got upset and then told one of his apsaras to go mate with Vishwamitra and seduce him so he'll get away from his penance. And that worked, and she went and seduced him, and she kind of got a child from him who was a girl child. And when he found out about all this, he just left her. I don't think maybe he cursed her, but he just left her and said, "I don't want to do anything with you anymore," and went back to his prayers. It was a very risky thing. Why do women always have to go over angry sages? Just don't. In Hindu mythology. So eventually she left, and sorry about my eyes, guys. I'm actually having eye problems. That's why in my streams I usually blink too much or wink a lot because my eyes. So yeah. Afterwards, the great King Bharat would end up. So afterwards, the Apsara would carry Vishwamitra's daughter, named Shakuntala. This Shakuntala was said to be the mother of King Bharat. She, along with the king Shakuntala, was married to the king Dushyanta, who would eventually was the daughter of an Apsara. She was said to have been the daughter of an Apsara, and she was said to have been married to the king Dushyanta and given birth to they both had a son named King Bharat, who grew up in the forest. And then King Bharat would take over the throne and become the greatest goated emperor of all time, taking over so many places. So this King Bharat is where the name Bharat comes from, and Bharat is the original name of the land. It was named after him. Okay, but afterwards the Persians from Iran came over and gave the land of the Sindhu River. I don't even think they read the name Bharat. They didn't even care. They just wanted to name the land, but based off of the river Sindhu, and name it the Hindu River, and name the entire Hindu River Valley area. Everyone who lives near that place is Hindu people. Later on, the Sindhu River, the Greeks would come over and they would call the Sindhu River the Indus River. And the term Hindu that was orchestrated by the Persians, they would turn Hindu into Indo. Indo is the term for Hindu. So the Greeks began to call the Hindus the Indos. And the land where the Indos lived The Greeks gave the land where where the Hindus, so no, the Greeks came over and called us all Hindus, the people near the Hindu River, the Sindhu River actually. They called the Sindhu River the Hindu River, and everyone who lives around it Hindus, and the land where the Hindus and their culture and civilization lives, that land is called Hindustan, or land or place of the Hindus. Later on, and then the Greeks would call the Hindus the Indos, and the land of the Indos, which the Persians called Hindustan, the Greeks would call Indoya or India, and the people who live there could also just be called Indians because Indian, India. So Indian and Indo or Hindu, the term Indian and Hindu are actually very simultaneously related with each other. That is the thing. And also, it is mostly used as a geographical term. But it's also an ethnic term because in that case, I'm not a Hindu or an Indian because I don't live in India. I don't live in that area right now. I live in America, but I'm actually a Hindu or an Indian. Okay? So that's what we call ourselves, Hindu people. The Persians called us Hindus, the Greeks called us Indos, and then they called our land Hindustan or India. So it's basically the exact same thing. So basically, Hindutva represents the ideology where Indians or Hindu people, where Indians of India, the land of India, Bharatiya people of Bharat, consider that Hinduism or Sanatan Dharma or Indian culture, Indian Vedic culture, consider Vedic culture or Hinduism as the primordial culture and civilization of India or Bharat. That is our country. It is literally our country. What makes India India? Our culture and our civilization. That's what makes us as Indians. That means being a Hindu. Maybe if not the religion, but at least the culture of India is what makes us Hindus or Indians. Being a Hindu means being an Indian. So it recognizes that Hinduism should always be seen as the main culture of India. And even Christianity and Islam should not be allowed to destroy Indian culture. And atheism and rationalism and materialism, they should also not be allowed to destroy science and atheism and reason or whatever. They also should not be allowed to destroy Hindu culture in India because that is the culture of India that India has always had. It is our culture. More than a religion, Hinduism is our culture, and it should be recognized as the culture of India, our civilization. It is what makes India what it is. America, they don't really have a culture the civilization anymore. They just took over the land, and they just copied the English culture, and now they just want to be modern. So that's not really something that they need to worry so much about. India, however, cannot just copy the West. We're not like that. We have a rich culture and heritage. We have an ancient history where we've actually been a group of people. When you go to America, you recognize yourself with Indian ethnicity, that you're Indian and do stuff. But then how come in India we shouldn't consider that as the culture of India? Greece should recognize the Greek culture as the culture of Greece, even if it's not Greek gods like Athena, Zeus, Hades, even if they should not be considered as Greek culture. At least the Greek food, the Greek clothing, the Greek language should be considered as Greek culture. Okay? Similarly, in India, at least languages like Hindi, Tamil, Sanskrit, especially Sanskrit, should be recognized as Indian culture. Hindi should incorporate more Sanskrit than Persian and Arabic. Not because I'm against Islam, not even just because of that, but because Indians should follow Indian culture, not Arab culture or Persian culture. If you can incorporate a way in which is Muslims, and even if you don't want to follow Indian culture, you want to follow Middle Eastern or Western culture, that's fine in India, but Indian culture should still be seen as the culture of India. Hinduism should still be seen as the culture of India. Even if other people don't want to follow it, it should be seen as the thing that if it is Indian, not being Muslim or Christian or secular or atheist, but being a Hindu should be seen as being an Indian. That is what Hindutva stands for. Israel is supposed the main culture of Israel should be Jewish culture. Hellenic culture or Greek culture should be the culture of Greece. Roman or at least Italian culture should be seen as the culture of Italy. Persian culture and Kurdish culture should be seen as the culture of Iran. Iran should not separate itself from Persian culture. Okay? And Chinese culture should be seen as the culture of China. Russian culture, the culture of Russia. Japanese culture, the culture of Japan. It's not against minorities to recognize your culture as the soul of your of your country and your civilization. Okay? Your culture and civilization is the soul of your country. It's not a sin or a discrimination to do that. Of course, if we start saying Muslims, Christians get out of India, even then that could cause a problem, I guess. Telling atheists get the hell out of India and putting them in jail and killing them for making fun of Hinduism, even that, if Armin Navabi or whatever or Susanna say that that's wrong or whatever, fine. Freedom of speech, I guess, to criticize our beliefs. But Hinduism should still be recognized as the culture of Bharat, the culture of India. India is literally the Greek way of saying the land of the Indos or the land of the Hindus. If it cannot be the land of the Hindus, what can India be? Bharat is supposed to be for Bharatiya Sanskriti, Sanatan Sanskriti, or the culture of Bharat, which is what is known as Sanatan Dharma or Hinduism, or at least Hindu culture is the culture of Bharat or India. It should be known as that. It should be recognized as that. Our culture and civilization should be recognized as the culture and civilization of our country. Other minorities should be welcome. If some Indian wants to become an atheist, if they want to become a Christian, they want to become a Muslim, that's fine. If they want to even make fun of Hinduism, roast Hinduism, that is fine. But if you want to leave Hinduism and become an atheist, you still have no right to tell India that it's not allowed to recognize Hinduism as its culture and civilization. If you don't like to live in a country which recognizes Hinduism as its culture and civilization, get the fuck out of Indian soil. That is what Hindutva says to people. That's why I support it. Minorities are welcome as long as they don't harm anybody else. At least if they, I mean, you can make fun of Hinduism, but just if you're allowed to commit terrorism against Hindus, harm Hindus, harass them, assault them, then that's not freedom of speech. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. No. In that case, we can assault you too. Don't tell us not to assault you. And if you're going to make fun of us, we can make fun of you too. Okay? And crimes against Hindus will be recognized as crimes and not, oh my gosh, it's just a Hindu playing the victim. No. It will be recognized that Hindus have human rights as well in India. And it'll be recognized that Hinduism is going to be considered as the predominant culture, or at least the culture of India, the one that is the main culture of India. Other cultures are welcome, but what is considered as the official culture of India should be Hinduism, because it is our culture of our country, our ancient culture from the ancient times. It is. So Hindutva recognizes that of course, the Aryan Invasion Theory will cry about that. No, the Dravidian culture is the Sindhu Valley River. In that case, the the Mohenjo-daro and Harappa, which were made near the Sindhu River. If Vedic culture is not the culture of India, then the Dravidian culture would also be Hindu culture, because that would be the actual Hindu culture. The Vedic culture would be seen as the Aryan culture, but the actual Hindu culture would be the Tamil culture of the Sindhu River before the great Aryan invasion. So in that case, Hindu culture, or at least Dravidian culture, would then have to be considered as the predominant culture of India, or Vedic culture should be. I don't believe in the Aryan invasion theory at all. I believe that both Aryans and Dravidians, if there's no whatever Aryans or Dravidians, the difference between them, no, there's not really like that. But it should be recognized that the Dravidians, or what, like even the South Indians and North Indians, Tamil, Sanskrit, Hindi people, basically all the same, and they all follow Vedic culture as their predominant, as their ancient and traditional culture. That's what I believe in. Bring me on. Of course, Arches. Of course. I will bring you on. Guess my boy Arches. Yeah. Let me just invite. Of course, baby. Buddy. Click on this before anyone else does. I'll just get the door. I'll close it. And then I'll be right here. All right. I'm waiting for this guy to join. Oh. Oh, he's here. What's up, Arches? Let me just delete this thing now. Delete comment. So no one else will join this thing. Hey. Oh.
What's that? Yeah, where's my money?
Where's your money? I don't know what money I should give you. How I should give you money.
You have PayPal?
I mean, I don't really have PayPal. I have a credit card, but I don't think I have too much money on that right now in my hands.
Okay, so you can't send me money.
Yeah, I can't send you money, but what do you need money for?
To collab.
Oh, okay. I mean, I'll probably, when I create my actual channel, probably pay you for the collabs more. I mean, I need more money. Someone send super chats. Send super chats.
Then you need to stop sending super chats to be like David Wood and Apostate Prophet literally don't like you.
Yeah. I mean, they don't really
You got
hate.
money to send them though.
I know. I'll send you money, but you have to do a live stream, and then I'll send you as a.
I already did a live stream with you.
No, I mean you on your channel. I'll send it to you. I'll send a super chat to you. How much money would you want?
$23.
Okay, I think I'll have to send it to you next week because I might not have enough money for that this week on my credit card. I have $75 renewed every week, so I'll need to do something for you next week. Okay. So you wanna join this thing?
I'm already on it.
All right, but you want to talk about today's topic?
I don't know. I think we need to talk about you right now. Okay, you're sending money to David Wood. Okay, you've made yourself so unlikable to them, and it's just like just get some emotional intelligence. Why don't you try and develop some emotional intelligence before you just go out there? Because you're not fit to be an apologist. You're not a theologian either. Like, I don't know why you're trying to do this. Like, before educating yourself.
I don't know why I do all these things. I just
You made some disgusting comments about Masa Amini. Okay, obviously, I don't know if it was just to troll Armin. There's better ways to troll Armin. I don't like him either. But just insulting her, just insulting that poor woman that was raped to death.
Yo, oh my God! I didn't really. That was a joke, bro.
That wasn't funny. Nobody was laughing. They all like you a lot less now because of that.
Oh
David
yeah.
Wood, he's trying to be nice to you, but he obviously doesn't like you either.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but I don't really know. I think he already forgot that. He just thinks I'm this one guy who likes veganism a lot. That's all he thinks of me as.
That's why he doesn't want. That's the stupid reason he gave that because he didn't even watch your channel. You tell them to go watch your channel. They don't watch your channel because they don't like you.
I know.
You haven't given them a reason. You don't understand the concept of value. You need to present value to them, and then they'll take you seriously.
Okay, but what am I supposed to do for that?
You're supposed to make. Okay. So I have a game plan of making videos. I'll react to people. Okay. You can't just make. Nobody. You haven't given us a reason to value your opinion yet.
Okay.
Because if you want, you can kind of. Obviously, there's a lack of apologists in like the Eusebian community. You know, like our Eusebia. So you can try to establish yourself in that, but then you'd have to educate yourself first.
Which I don't. I mean, I have Ramayana on my shelf.
That's not enough. That's not enough. Okay, that's not enough. Well, I don't even know if you're even reading that because, like, you need to learn from Sampradaya Vidvans, if you want to go down that route.
Okay. I don't really know any of them. I have Gatuji, who is my temple priest, as he
Listen, man, those
qualifies.
guys are just those guys. They're not. All they know how to do is just rituals. They don't do apologetics.
Mm, okay. Well, I don't think. Well, I mean, I'm part of HSS. Does that have anybody for?
There's a bunch of idiots, honestly. The whole Sabarkarvadi movement is just they're not about they're just I don't even know. It's just a bunch of like the only thing they're good at is just beating people up. Honestly, that's probably the only good contribution they've given.
Yeah. I mean, right now I'm talking about why Hindutva and Zionism are the same.
No, they're not the same.
I
They're
know.
not the same.
I know. I mean, they're not fully the same, but like there's different meanings, I think, for because like Hindutva, I think it was
I don't
originally
even want to
supposed to
use this
be.
term Hindutva. Okay, so say
I know.
Savarkar. They do not. It was just stupid from the beginning. Savarkar, he was a complete. He's just a completely problematic person
I
from the
know. I
get
mean,
go.
but I mean, last stream you said you actually sympathize with him.
I do sympathize with him. I do sympathize with him, but I think it's nonsense in a lot of ways.
I don't actually. I mean, I'm not a. I don't follow Savarkar principle. I told you this last
No,
time.
the
I don't.
whole philosophy. I refuse to say Hindutva because it's all just Savarkarvadim,
I
streams
know.
that ultimately descend from him.
Okay. I mean, then which is the philosophy that represents um believing in Hindu pride and not going against other people,
Savarkarvad. That's Savarkarvadim.
but recognizing Hinduism as the main culture of India?
Okay, I don't use these terms. Okay, Hinduism, Hindutva. I
By
don't use any
Hindu
of these
pride,
terms.
I don't mean like Hindu ego we're better than others. I mean pride in being a Hindu. What is that?
There's no the Hindu itself is an insult. It's always been an insult from the get go. We say Bharatiya, Astika. Okay, we use these terms. We use these
Oh.
terms. Okay, we don't use any of these.
Oh, but Hindu is an insult?
Yes,
Because
it's always been an insult.
it's a Persian name. But bro,
No,
why are
okay,
you
okay. The Hafta Hindu because the Avestins they lost against the Rig Vedic Aryans, right? They lost. Okay,
Oh.
so then they refer to these people on their side, on the side they lost the Hindu, the Hafta Hindustani or whatever, and then this was co-opted by whatever the people, the Mohammedans. It's always been an insult. You see these the Nanakanugas and the Marumatas, they'll call each other Hindu as an insult. It's always been an insult. We can't.
Oh my gosh. I mean, I understand why they say Gazva e Hind. Because a Hind is some like they're trying to insult the country that is some slave
No,
country that
no,
they take.
Hind is just in reference to the river because obviously they didn't have too much of an idea of like geography. Europeans, Bharatias, they had a good sense of geography. It's the river, the Sindh River, the Sindhu.
Oh.
So just
Oh.
that, even though it's probably it's just more of a like their
I
problem.
mean,
Like
I thought the name Hindu was given to us because because the Persians couldn't pronounce Sindhu right, so they just wanted to associate us with the Sindhu River, but they couldn't pronounce Sindhu right, so they pronounced it Hindu. I thought
no,
that's
that is that is why because they can't pronounce but that's just how they know it.
Mm. I like how we've actually started a conversation now while talking about me. That's wonderful. But yeah, but you said, I mean, so the Sindhu River is
No, okay,
not.
okay, no. How much money do you have right now? Because you keeping David Wood and AP a lot.
Yeah, but I just wanted to say one thing about that one comment I made. Wait, I didn't even know they actually even read that. I mean, I
Okay,
thought they.
there's nothing you can say to justify
I,
it. It was disgusting. Okay, it was
I know.
disgusting.
I mean, I don't want to. I hope that they can ever understand that I did not mean it as in like, oh my gosh, this woman is such an unattractive person. Therefore, I mean, Armin is not used. So I can understand if that. I mean, I don't even want to have good relationships with that guy. I mean, I'm actually supposed to roast him, and I'm even planning on becoming his biggest rival on YouTube. So
Okay,
I'm
that's
not.
never gonna happen, man.
I know that's not really gonna happen unless I make fun of him enough. But like I mean, even if I'm not gonna become his great, even if that's not possible, I'm not trying to make good relationships with that guy or anything because like he and me are in exact opposite ideologies. But except for in a few things, but otherwise in the Hinduism term, me and him are exact opposite. But my point here is that David Wood and Apostate Prophet, though, I'm ready to have a good relationship with.
They don't want that.
Oh yeah, I mean, last time I checked, they didn't really care whether they like. Oh, but the Mahasa Amini. Oh yeah, I made a comment about
No,
her.
okay. AP very visibly does not like you. You asked him to watch your channel, and he was like, "Who are you? I don't know you." He thinks of you as a peon. Okay, that's what he thinks of you. David Wood, he's a bit nicer, but he also just doesn't like you. Okay,
Oh yeah.
you keep telling him so. It's like you have no emotional intelligence. You know, try and understand the people you're trying to talk to. Okay.
Oh yeah. My friend
And
Pranav is
how
gonna be
how
really
it's like, how are you
happy.
gonna say that about Masa Amini? Like, look at yourself, man.
I know, I know. I'm not really attractive right now either because I have like I'm trying to lose fat and stuff. I mean, I didn't really mean like that. It's just that I just wanted
No,
to.
you paid money. You paid money to say that. You paid money. First of all, they don't like you in the first place. These are horrible people to give money to. And then you're gonna pay money to say something so disgusting.
Well,
And
why?
then when I provide value, I've taken time out of my I kind of just wanted to talk to you the first time. But
Oh
that was
yeah.
you should understand how painful that was to be on that live stream. Like, you're talking over me. You make say the same thing. You don't understand
Oh
anything.
yeah. I actually wanted to apologize
I
you for continuously repeating the same point over and over again. The more I noticed that live stream, I kind of felt bad that I kept continuously was talking and you never had the chance to talk. I just wanted to apologize for that.
Okay, you can send me money for my pain and suffering, I guess.
Okay, I hope that that does not make our anything that me and you have anything negative. I hope we can still be friends, Arches.
Well, you can just send me money like we agreed to.
Okay. I mean, the only way I know now is to send a super chat on one of your live streams, but yeah.
No, you can PayPal me through the credit card
Oh, I mean, I would like to learn how to use PayPal because I don't really have that right now.
or the
Oh,
Zelle. The Zelle will work.
oh, okay. Sell.
Just type in my email on Zelle, I guess.
Oh, okay. How do I I think I'll how do you spell Zelle?
As Zelle.
Zelle.
Yeah.
Okay, a fast and easy way to send and receive money. Yeah, I've reached their website thing. Do you think I should pay you right now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll need your help for this though, because I've never used this ever before.
Okay.
Okay, but if I don't have the money for that right now, I hope you don't get upset. Okay,
You'll have some money.
all right. I'll send you as much money as I can right now. Access Zelle, pick a person to pay, choose the amount. Should I just click get started?
Yeah, I guess.
All right. Search for your bank. Bro, I don't.
You might want to take this off the screen.
Yeah, I think I'll just stop screening that part. But I don't know the name of my bank or the
You just look on
federal.
your credit card.
Oh, I have to go get my credit card for that.
It just looks ridiculous. They don't like.
I still have one question though. Why did you not? Let me just check my bank. Why did you not at all tell me that I'm not doing this well for and that I'm not at all doing any kind of okay, I was about to tell you like showing my on the camera my credit card and doing this, but then I realized for a moment I should just have intelligence and not do that on a live stream that's gonna go on. But yeah,
What's your question?
like why did you not at all like try to stop or like say that I'm talking over you or I'm talking too
I
much?
did tell you that.
Oh, I mean, you told me that I'm repeating over and over again, but you didn't tell me that I was not talking to you.
What?
You mean you didn't tell? I mean, by talking, why? I mean, You never told me that I'm talking to you too much. I meant like that I'm
Well, no,
not.
I was stopping you. That's essentially saying that.
Oh yeah. I don't know. You just seem to just be okay with it, so I just did that. I don't know. I mean, I can take social cues, but you'll at least, but like, I'll at least have to see your face to understand if you're getting too annoyed with my talking or not.
Okay, well
I
that's understandable. Okay,
I did understand that, but that was only after I checked the video again that you probably got irritated. Okay. I mean, is there a I mean, it doesn't. Where's my bank? Where's my bank? Where's my bank? Oh my gosh, it
let's see.
doesn't show my bank on here. It just shows like is I mean, I hope this is okay to say on the live stream is but can I just say what I'm about to say because it might seem like private information, but I trust that you'll probably know better what this is whether
Why don't you get off the live and just call me? I guess.
okay. It says like yeah, you know what? I think this is gonna be too bad if I do that right now. I will probably send you money soon, but I hope that we can just stay friends right now, Archis. I hope we can stay
Okay,
friends right
okay,
now.
never mind. Okay, let's just just send the money. Okay, just send the money first. Okay.
All right, send the money right now.
Yeah, just send it right now. I don't.
All
Okay.
right.
Okay. What were you about to say?
So, what do you have to say about the topic we have today? While I try to find ways to pay you, is it okay if we can talk right now about the
Well, we can
topic?
just get. It's not gonna take that long.
Okay. I know, I just wanted to multitask, both talking and doing this.
Okay.
Mm. Cause like I'm sorry if I'm talking over you right now, but you gave me a lot of information last time, so I would just like to learn a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure. Yeah, you need to learn a lot more. Um. Okay. I'm saying.
So
Okay. 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 So you don't use. You've never sent money to anybody.
I've only been able to do that through sending super chats to people on YouTube.
No. No. Okay. So you don't have PayPal or anything like that.
I do not have PayPal.
Okay.
I only have a Visa credit card.
That should work though, right? Like.
I don't know. I just
Send.
I have a bunch of words here, but I don't think I should say that out loud here.
Yeah. Don't.
So yeah, I think that this is why I feel like the world is getting a little bit too less technologically advanced. Why do we not have a way to just send money like this on like internet market or something, internet banking stuff? Just,
Okay. Actually, go to PayPal because you can just send it using a credit card.
oh, okay. I'll just send it to PayPal. Okay.
Probably have to download it first.
Okay. Digital management. More. I really hope my friend Pranav doesn't see any of this because he's just gonna have the best day of his life.
Do people just do your friends watch your videos?
Oh yeah, they do.
Okay.
Oh, I'm gonna have to put my mobile number or my email. I can just put my email instead. I'll just see if I can put my email instead. Okay. All right. Password. All right. I don't even know why. Yeah. So, well, oh my gosh, I'm human. I am human. Scariest thing might be possibly this. The frick. Oh my god, the captcha is so annoying, bro. Please click on the thing that is the shortest in real life. Okay. Look, it's not my fault. They're just oh, that's my proper thing. What? Oh, I need a PayPal account.
We'll just make that really fast. You can just like
Oh, forgot
send an
password.
email and then like just to,
Well,
yeah.
sign up. Okay, personal. I just personal. I don't have anything more important. All right. Did you know that Rebecca Barsef is actually supposed to join me right now?
Why?
Cause like, I mean, I was actually talking on her streams that she was actually okay with joining mine. She doesn't actually have anything against me and stuff. So
Why did she agree? Did you like did she is she gonna come on right now?
she was supposed to, but I kind of did a little late. So she said she's gonna join my stream. I don't know why.
Do you have her number?
No, I just texted it on a. I was just sending super chats on her live stream, and I told her we should collab, and I told her I have a channel and I do live streams, and I wasn't meaning like you should come and join my live stream. I just said, in fact, I want to do it in 20 minutes. I might go live, and then she just said, okay, then we'll go all watch, and then she made it the rest of the mission. She just said the rest of the time the mission is gonna be we're all gonna watch Tarun Talks YouTube channel. We're just gonna watch Tarun Talks YouTube. We're just gonna watch his live stream later on. I still don't know. Yeah, the frick. So she's supposed to join, but maybe she just doesn't have. Maybe she just has something else to do. It's fine.
Kind of fumble the bag.
But let's just focus on this right now.
Okay.
So, what do you have about? What do you think about the topic, bro?
No, oh, I thought you were gonna. No, first we need to get through this money issue first.
Oh, okay. That's gonna take a long, long while, I guess.
Did you not
Per
set up
chat
the account yet?
receipts. I did not set up the account yet. It needs me to send a code. Oh! It's sent a code. This one. Gosh, people are so. Okay.
I mean, like just making these live streams is not the way to go as a new YouTuber. You need to like
I mean, I'm not
make
trying
like
to.
actual videos,
Yeah,
preferably. I mean, shorts would probably be the best thing to do right now. Live streams, if you're not popular, nobody's gonna come to your live stream. That's the thing.
yeah, I know. I'm only doing this because I thought she was gonna join. I'm actually making a fool of myself right now. I was actually. Otherwise, I would have already created my actual channel by now and started uploading videos on there. Arkansas. All right. I don't have an ability to. Oh, I can do this. I can do this now.
Wait, I sent you a link to my PayPal in the comments. Like that whole comment when you commented on my video. Like, click on that link.
Oh, I commented on your video. Oh, you have it on there?
Yeah, yeah.
I haven't seen any of yours in a very, very long time.
You commented on one video. I think it was the when I clipped David Wood talking.
$23. Type in my email
Yeah,
address.
yeah. Just go to that link.
Oh. Or this PayPal thing. All right, search with Google search. Not really. Okay.
But
Search.
nothing.
Search.
What happened when you click the link?
Oh, I'm supposed to search it on this thing. No. All right. I have gotten into your thing, sending you money. I have to finish creating my account first for that, unfortunately.
You can
Southwest.
just type in. I think you can just type in your credit card and just do that, right?
Let me just check if I can. No, I have to use that thing. It's fine. I'm almost finished with creating this thing.
Okay.
Aptstead bleed. What's APTSTEBLDG? What's that?
What? What? I don't know. What are you talking about? AP. Wait, say that again.
APTSTEBLDG.
What's it? What's it on?
It's the last part for personal info.
I I don't know. I guess show your screen.
Okay, I guess people knowing. I think I'll just remove this for a while and put it over here so nobody knows some personal details. And I will present this to you. Anyway, thank you for joining my stream. I just wanted to tell you that first.
You're welcome.
All right. What is this APTSTE?
Oh, it's your apartment. Your address. It's telling you your address.
That's literally the same thing as this.
Apartment street building.
Oh, I got it now. I think I got it now. I think I know the best thing to say. Thank you. Thank you, Vishnu. All right. My stream. Okay. Send money and send money and stuff to link card. Card type is not a MasterCard, it's a Visa. That's fine because it's not very bad to say. I don't even know why we're spending. Never mind. Oh my gosh. So a few questions though. You willing to answer them?
Well, it depends what they are.
I just wanted to ask when you first saw my video on the when you first saw my let me just check now. Yeah, let's remain cut. Confirm your credit card number. Quick. Get a text next. All right. I'll check it now. We're almost done, buddy. We're almost done. How much money do you want again? Arches? You want $23, right? All right, I'll see if I can send that to you. Here you go. You got money.
Okay, let me.
What? What happened? All right. You want to talk about the video today? What happened? Okay. It's a nice video. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, what you said?
I sent you $23. I can't hear you for some reason.
You hear me now?
I can hear you now. Yeah.
No, okay. You sent me 23 cents.
The frick? Oh. Just return. Can you return that to me while
Oh
I
yeah,
just
sure, yeah.
I'll my PayPal. I'll go to this thing and paste your one, which I send it to you. Send again to you to $23. All right. Here you go. There's an issue with this payment method. Contact your Oh, that just means that I don't have enough money to send you this right now.
Okay. Do you have?
That I'm not capable of checking that right now. I think I might have like 10 or so dollars left. Yeah, I think I'll send it to you next week. Don't worry. Anyway, what's your phone number, bro?
405-245-6326.
No, don't say that out loud. The
Nobody's
people,
watching this, man. It's fine.
no, it's fine. But people are gonna watch it later on, so they're just.
Yeah, yeah. No, still nobody's gonna. It's gonna be nobody.
I
I'll
know.
send it in the chat.
Okay. Just send it on the chat, and
No,
I
just
will.
send me the money right now. Okay, just send the $10 or whatever.
Oh, just send you $10. Is that all you want?
No, no, I'll ask. No, I'll still need the rest of it, but just send me $10 for now. It's like, what's
Oh,
it called?
I
Like,
can. All right, I'll do that right now. Here you go. I can't even send that much. I spend too much in the live chats, the super chats. I just like talking to them a lot because like yeah. So the best I can send you is probably I'll see if I can send you $6. Is that fine? Bro, is that fine? I think I got nothing right now on my stuff. Oh. Oh, okay. That's fine. Thanks, bro.
what?
So, can I use this thing to call you or text you whenever I think we should do a live stream together?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right. I'm sorry. I don't think I currently have anything on my card right now to send to you. Is it okay if I send it to you once I get money?
Yeah, just send me. Okay, you absolutely have nothing. You have nothing. Try $1. See if that works.
I'll try $1. Just $1. If that doesn't work as well, then you're gonna have to wait for all your debts. Once I find a new way, I'll be able to pay you more for what the frick? Let's see. I have sent $1 to you. Okay. It's been 1 hour and 21 minutes. While I'm typing in your phone number, is that all you? Are you okay with just $1 for now?
Well, try another dollar. Just give me everything you have.
Okay, I mean, I don't even have enough money to get all the stuff I wanted, so I'll see if I can send you $4. Because obviously I can't send you $5, because then I would have been able to send you $6 before. Yeah, it's just so weird. Okay. All right. That is all the money I have. I can't send you a penny more. My entire card for the next time or so is emptied.
Okay. Well. Man. Okay. What's it called?
The next week I'll be able to get more money, but
Yeah.
until
Okay. Just send me
Sunday,
the other $19 next week.
well, Sunday I can send it to you itself, but yeah, or Monday, but yeah.
Okay. But yeah. Just ask your questions now. Let's hear.
Okay. So, bruh, why did you want to join Be Friends when you just saw when you saw like why are you sending money to AP? We should collab. What
Yeah,
made
because
you
I
want?
don't see him as like a person to be sending money to. He's gonna use it for
I
just
know,
horrible things.
I know, like horrible things. Like, yeah, I mean, I know. I'm not like gonna think that. Oh, I'm not so naive that I think he's a normal person, but like he's a normal person who's not gonna do anything bad. Maybe he could do something bad, but like it still seems kind of weird unless you like state what he's gonna do.
He's a beef eater. He's a what else?
Oh, I mean, I eat chicken as well, but
He's a
okay.
no beef is a what? Do you eat beef?
No, I don't eat beef. I just eat chicken. I don't think I can eat beef because
Well,
like
just
that's going too far from my culture.
well, all factory farming is just kind of indefensible, but it's whatever, you know.
I mean, I guess we just care more about cows because we're
No,
Hindu.
no, just all factory farming. Like I would
Am I allowed to call you? Am I allowed to call us Hindus though?
no
Okay, what's the good term?
ostica.
Astika. I interrupted you again, and when you were speaking.
That's
Sorry for that.
okay.
Okay, I do that sometimes, so I just wanted to say that don't take that too seriously. I can't really be so quiet when talking. Should I call you Archis or should I call you Vishnu?
You can call me Arches.
Archis, Archis K, as if your last name is the same, but like, yeah, whatever. I do not want to say that out loud. Okay, but like that's fine. But why did you want to collab with me though?
Well, I don't know. Just there's no one to collab with at my level, right? It's like okay, yeah. There's
I mean,
I did email Derek from Myth Vision podcast to talk about my experience because I saw his interview with Henry Doktorsky, and I just think all these people are just like just because they're not really scripturally based. They just came for emotional. They're still myopic, even like a lot of these ISKCON apostates. They're still just emotional people. They left for they came for emotional reasons, left for emotional reasons, and so I still think they're still just myopic people. So they wouldn't really. So I thought my perspective was something he's never seen before. So I did. I reached out to him. Yeah, I haven't heard back from him. As I probably never will. And yeah, so that's yeah. But then I see you.
and I'm not emotional though.
No, you are just not in the same way.
I know.
I see. No, I saw you on David Wood's like live streams, David Wood and AP's live streams. So I thought, okay, well, he's a bit okay. Well, I guess we're allies by default.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I reached out to you, and I was kind of annoyed that you keep sending money to AP, even though he's just going to use it for horrible things. Horrible things.
I'm sorry. It's just that
He
I
gives
mean,
money to Christian organizations.
I'm sorry if I
He sees himself almost as like a pseudo missionary.
Mm.
like almost like a Winston Churchill type of person.
Oh, I would never want to. Okay. I mean, is it okay if I say something right now?
Yeah, sure.
So, I mean, I don't. I just that I'm not really a person who. The reason why I'm supporting these. I know it seems wrong to like. I hope I know this might seem annoying to you, but the reason why I support like these Christian missionaries and all these kind of people like that is because first of all, I don't really have this thing against Christianity. I'm not those kind of people who are like Hinduism, Hinduism, Hinduism. I'm okay allying with other people, and unless they seem like they're gonna convert me to Christianity, I don't really have a problem with them. In
No, I'm
fact,
all for making allies. I just know who I have a clear sense of Shatrubodha. Okay, Christianity is a predatory religion. It's a subversive agent. It's always been a fifth column. You can see that in Japanese history too.
mm,
Okay, I like David Wood on a personal level, but no, I wouldn't support him. He's a very avowed beef eater as well. Okay, he
I
did
mean,
debate Farhan Qureshi. I do love him on some level, like as a person. I appreciate everything that he's done. I think he speaks for the free world. I wouldn't give him money though.
why do you? If I mean, like when I like. You thought I was saying I eat beef. Would you have instantly just left the chat and decided you're never going to be friends with me again if I said I eat beef?
I would well, I right now I probably would have stayed on the live chat, but I would lose a lot of respect for you. Yeah.
I mean, okay, I mean, I would never eat beef, but like, what do you have against that though?
Because it's a creature. It's a harmless creature. It gives so much for society, and the fact that you would just eat its flesh says a lot about who you are as a person.
Are you gonna feel the same thing if I say I eat hens? Once in a while, that
No, because hens don't do much.
yeah, we just have something for cows. I guess that's just the
No,
way
it's
we
a, it's
are.
a pastoral culture. The whole civilization is built on cows. Like I eat butter, ghee, milk, yogurt probably every day. And there's a whole civilization around that too.
Mm. Okay, but like, I
Cow
don't think.
patties can be used to heat homes.
Okay, but like, you see, also to end the point, I just wanted to state that my main focus is like countering atheists and Muslims mostly because I just feel like they're causing a lot more problem than Christians are. I'm not saying Christians don't cause any problems. Like they cause a lot of problems for Hindus as well. But the main people who do, I feel like Muslims are way more worse than Christians, and atheists are getting on the same level as Muslims, if not even worse than them.
Are you just say in terms of rhetoric?
I think in terms, what do you mean by in terms of rhetoric?
Because that's the only way that's possible. Otherwise, there's plenty of Christian missionaries trying to subvert the whole civilization. There's plenty of Christians humiliating us in the diaspora. There's plenty of that. Muslims, they're just like, it's almost like I'm beating a dead horse. So sometimes I just think like they're also just getting like decimated by everything, by the whole like the great neutering, just like modernism, the globalization. They're just getting like trashed everywhere, kind of like us.
Yeah.
Like we have our own avalanche of apostasy. It's not exactly fun.
But like Muslims are getting something worse, so you feel like you're beating a dead horse.
Yeah, when I criticize Islam, I'm not going to stop criticizing Islam, criticizing Mohammedanism, but I sometimes I just feel like when we're going at it, like I just it's like a dead horse. Like I feel like there are honestly some more pressing enemies, like liberalism,
Yeah,
the
atheism is the worst.
Naishadas.
I would say Navabi type atheism is the most dangerous one of them all.
I think they're just probably the loudest. I don't even know if they're dangerous because I don't even know how much of an effect they're even having.
You see, I mostly am in favor of things like, for me, I think I don't know any other term for this, but I don't believe that we should subvert, destroy all minorities, kick them out of India, and oppress people.
It
I'm
depends
not
who you define as a minority.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to go like be mean to people and stuff. I don't want to be a Savarkarbadi. Like if other people live in India, I'm totally okay with that. People who want to have Western
Okay,
culture,
okay.
Arab culture.
Let's stop saying these terms. Okay, like Hindu, no. India, no, I don't even recognize. I recognize this modern post-colonial nation state. I call it the Gandhian Republic because obviously India. I define India as the Indus River Valley, which includes several countries, parts of Afghanistan, Pakistan, obviously the Gandhian Republic, at least in terms of even now you'll see the Khalistanis try to pretend there's something different, so we can just exclude them anyway.
Okay,
That's
but
what they
like,
want.
mm,
So
is
yeah,
there?
that's
Yeah.
India for you, and I'm not a big fan of India in that sense, and obviously I'm not going to identify with that because I think it's just a colonial legacy. I'll define this nation state as the Gandhian Republic, which I'm not that too connected to. I'm not connected to that well. I don't really have ideological sympathy because I think it's just an affront. It demeans itself many ways. The whole Kamakya corridor, Varna Sankara, legal, just the Waqf board. The Roman Catholic Church is the largest non-governmental landowner.
Yeah. I mean, so what term do you think you are most comfortable with me referring to what most people would refer to as India or
The
Bharat?
Gandhian Republic. You can shorten it to GR.
Okay, but like, as in, it's not just not just the post-Gandhi country, but like, ever since the ancient
The
civilization, they had
civilization you can call the civilization Bharatam.
Bharatam, and the culture.
Well, it depends. It's just
What is
Dharma.
traditionally, yeah, what is traditionally called Hinduism, I can just call Dharma, right?
Yes.
So Dharma, I recognize it. This is why I recognize I don't want to be a Hindutva. I'd rather be a Dharma Rakshaka because I recognize this as Dharma is the main culture of Bharatam to me. And I feel like Bharatam or the Gandhian Republic should recognize their main culture as Dharma.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Of course they should. They do not in a legal sense. There's many policies that are just antagonistic or discriminatory.
yeah, I don't like going and discriminating against others who don't follow traditional dharmic
No, no, no.
culture.
The people that follow traditional dharmic vows are the ones being discriminated against.
Yeah, we're being discriminated against in our own land,
Yeah.
but I want our civilization and our country to see that the culture is the soul of the country and the civilization. You can follow other things if you want, but we should still recognize this as what it means to be a Bharatiya, or as the West would call an Indian, as we would call a Bharatiya or
Well,
a
no, they would just
Gandhian.
say subcontinental.
Yeah, a
Well,
subcon.
that's actually like a very good translation of Bharatiya, subcontinental.
Yeah. So yeah, that what is recognized is that what like more than just because otherwise we're just another country. It's just like without what is
That's
considered
fine.
without what is known as Hinduism, we call it dharmic culture, or is Vedic culture okay to call it?
Yeah, but it'd be pretty restrictive. It wouldn't go across the board to like all people.
Yeah, well, whatever it is.
Anyone other than like Dvijas practicing Dvijas that too, it wouldn't really apply too much.
Yeah. So dharmic culture is Sanatan culture okay term?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, dharmic culture, Sanatan culture. This without that, like you don't even have to believe in like the Vedic the gods of the Vedas or on Shiva, Vishnu, Brahma. You don't want to believe in their existence. That's fine as well. You don't want to believe in God. You don't have to believe in him either. Is something happening?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just getting something.
Oh, that's fine. So that's all fine, but like if you have nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing in terms of culture and civilization, you have nothing such as like dharmic culture, then what do you have? Like you just are the only you're just another America, but with brown people. You're only you're just another America. And America will just be another Bharatam or India, as they call it. There'll just be another one of them. It's just another country with it. The only difference between you and another person from another country or another civilization per se is you're just ruled by a different constitution and a different government that will have the exact same rules as all the other ones and the exact same practices as all the other ones. You just have a different leader. It's just tribalism, and even tribalism will just have If that's all it is, it's just governmentalism. That's just what the world would have. You just have a different government, which is what the point. You could just go to the other country and you'll have the exact same things. This one, the exact same things, nothing different. And that is something I cannot handle. So that's why I believe dharmic culture is very important. Why I claim to be a Hindutva supporter, because I don't know if this is Hindutva or not. If you say it's not, I'll probably change and not be a Hindutva. But as far as I'm considered, what is considered to be Hindutva until
Savarkar, you just said
Savarkarvadi, Savarkarvadam to me has essentially been the idea that without dharmic culture and civilization, Bharat is not different from the rest of the world. It's just another
Yeah,
land
no,
ruled by a different
that's fine.
government.
Dharmic culture is teaching us that nationalism is ultimately nonsense. It's not. It's just it's almost like a decoration on a dead body. It's not something to take very seriously. Of course,
Okay.
politics we have to make our point, and geopolitics can't ignore it exactly. But it is just ultimately nonsense and not really something good to base your identity around that.
I have a question though. What is nationalism to you?
Nationalism, identifying with a tract of land,
Mm, but what is
making that a
wrong?
part of your identity, playing identity politics with a tract of land or a nation state.
Okay, can you tell me in at least 2 points why you think that is wrong or bad?
Well, because okay, one, you're gonna die, and the nationalism isn't gonna apply to you because who knows where you'll be. And second of all, nations, it changes all the time. One time you could be a part of this nation, and then like sometime later you're part of this nation, and just really do the nation
What do
states
you
don't exist
mean?
amongst animals. They don't think they're part of nations. They think they're part of species or try or maybe even clans,
They
maybe.
don't
But
even actually think that. They just don't think. They just do what they just eat, sleep, that's
yeah,
all.
exactly. It doesn't apply to them. It's a human construct.
Okay,
It's
but
a human
like
construct. It's
aren't
just nonsense.
aren't we supposed to be more evolved than them? Aren't we supposed to have
Uh,
civilization and like
I
them?
don't think there's any rule about that. I think it's just
Cause like oh sorry, what were you saying?
I don't think there's any rule we have to be better than them necessarily.
Okay, but like if we didn't want to have like this culturalism, nationalism, like they don't have it, then why do we need to have like all of this like why do we have technology like they don't have? Like
That's
why
just a happenstance. I mean, they also you see like chimpanzees, they'll make tools. That's technology. What's your point you're trying to make?
okay, I mean we're always I think that
And obviously, you believe in like other other like almost like the Upa Devatas or the Swargavasis. Like obviously, they're aliens and they have probably better technology than us.
yeah,
Doing
so
that
they
worldview.
should act more so I believe they should act more evolved than us. They should have their the
Who are you
devas
talking
and
about?
the devas, the asuras, the nagas. They should act more evolved than humans. They should you get what I'm saying, right?
No, who are you talking about? Who should act more evolved than us?
The devas, the asuras, the nagas,
No,
all
it's
of
not
that.
that they should. It's just that's just they are. It's not. It's not really like really a point to make.
Mm. Maybe they don't have to, but like if they behave exactly like us, then what's like do you I don't think that humans should think that like animals like they just want to eat, sleep and that's all that matters. We don't want to have anything beyond that. I mean,
Well, this
wh-
is just like this is more. This is like a highly elevated thing. Okay, like I mean, you're trying to make it seem like oh, there's some special thing, but it really isn't. It really like you'll go so far down this path, and then you'll just kind of realize you're probably better off before. Like everybody's kind of rightly situated where they are. Of course, there's some problems on specific things, but like everybody's kind of rightly situated where they are.
hmm. Yeah. So, by the way, I just wanted to ask one question. What happened last live stream? Why did you leave so early? Before?
No, I clicked on the wrong button and I didn't, and I was already doing something else. So then I just like, yeah. And then I thought because you said you were about to wrap it up anyway. So I thought it was done. So I didn't
Oh,
look back
next
on
time, unless I just unless I say because I always like to end it off with like thank you for joining us, and we'll see. I like something like that. I'll just say that, and then I will say goodbye, and then you can leave, Archis, with you saying thank you and goodbye as well. Like I just like to end it like that. That's also a very dharmic way to end it. I would say it myself. So you're
Well, we
saying,
probably have to like greet each other or do something like some kind of pratana, but I think that whole thing is just cringy. I honestly think all cultures. I try to not identify with any culture. I think all cultures are just like just cringy in their own way, and
why are
like
you a dharmic apologist
well,
then?
that's it because I stand by it. I see it as like my plate, like the egregore I subscribe to. So obviously I'm going to defend it. I'm going to cultivate it. This is how I'm going to position myself. But also just all like in an ultimate spiritual sense, just all cultures are just kind of distracting you from existence.
Okay, but what do you mean by that? How are cultures distracting you from
Well,
existence?
it's just all kind of cringe. Like it's just like like everybody, like the way I see it, all cultures are just kind of humiliated. And so it's just like, well, it's all nonsense anyway. It's just kind of a, I don't know, I don't want to say cope, but I guess something like a cope, just to like reject it all.
Oh, I think you mean like the cultural norms and rules. Like, I don't think you mean the food or language or music.
No,
You
no,
mean,
just everything.
okay, what's wrong
Yeah,
with the.
food. I think it's like I've always never liked the whole concept of eating, right? Like just having to if you could if you could somehow sustain yourself just without food, like some like you see like I think that would be better. It's just the whole point is just all existence, like a temporal bodily existence, is just all nonsense. It's all suffering. The whole point of a culture is to get you to a point. That's why we call a culture like a cult, like cultivating. Like your culture, you're cultivating something. Like what are you culturing yourself to a goal? And once you reach
Okay.
that goal, the whole culture was just to reach you to that goal.
Hmm. Okay, because I always thought that I mean, I always like having a personal identity for
Well,
myself.
yeah, no. It serves a purpose. I don't think you should really reject everything right now, like I have. I think you need to develop yourself as a person, right? Know who you are. Uh, Find an identity that suits you, right? A healthy identity that suits you, right? Get some self esteem from that. Get some validation, even, and then like there's a whole book. Like I remember J. Jagannath Das from like the Bhakti Center. He was talking about, he read this book, apparently I forget what it's called, but he was reading a book and it was like, you need to be like a before you become a saint, you need to become an adult first.
Hmm. Okay. I mean, I don't really know about all that stuff, but I guess I will learn. All I know for now is I feel like my culture to me is this way that of which I connect with other people like me, a personal way for myself to exist that connects me to my ancestors and history like long ago. I think I mostly like history, so that's what I feel like, something that makes me about myself that other people have, and a diversity between people where you eat certain things, I eat certain things, I listen to certain music, you listen to certain music, I speak certain languages that you don't know, but and you speak certain languages that I don't know. Maybe we would know each other's languages, but only one of us would associate ourselves with them. So I just like that kind of an environment. I don't know why. I just like diversity. I just like culture and being proud of my own culture. But so I've never understood why people don't like culture.
No, it's well, they have some sort of culture. Most of these people that are talking about it, it's not. I just think culture is to reach a goal, right? Once you've
Mm.
achieved, but other than that, and obviously the whole thing I'm talking about is just all these cultures that are just so humiliated, and it's really beyond a point of like salvaging. Like I'm not really trying to like, oh yeah, I'm just not trying to be gay about it. That's it.
Oh, now I understand I understand what you're saying. It's like God, like we don't believe in God, but I mean, some people they do believe in God. They just don't want to be like extremely sentimental about it. I think my dad's also like that. It's like
No,
we
no, I'm talking about no. Okay, so like the whole point, like really identifying like yourself, especially in a nationalistic sense, there's like a certain pride that goes along with it. And I'm saying my pride has really been like kind of decimated, just how humiliated the whole like
I think
Ecuador has been, the culture has been. I've personally been. It's just I'm so humiliated to a point I can't like really be gay about it anymore.
I think I understand what you're saying because I actually have a similar thing to that. I think lots of the things out of which you say, I actually understand that very well because many of those things I feel the same. Like you said in the previous live chat, you said you like to do you do like to do prayer and rituals, but like you do it in a practical way with a reason rather than just having a sentiment for the gods. And I also do feel the same way. I like to do something with a reason rather than just having sentiment because I don't really just have a sentiment all the time just to pray to God. Sometimes I can be sentimental about it, but I also like to be practical about it sometimes. Like I'm a little bit both. Similarly, I like to have a culture and have a culture and in a way feel proud about it, but not be like not treat my culture like it's a sexuality, like how LGBTQ community is treating their things with showing flags and stuff. I don't like to do that about
No,
culture.
but in a sense, that's what it's supposed to do. But I just feel like with just the modern context, every culture, every classical culture is just so humiliated. Like it's like it's just not something I really want to like be gay about. Like it's just you're just humiliated. Like that's kind of
I
just
don't
how I feel.
understand what you're saying by humiliated and what cultures is humiliated. Can you tell me, please? I don't
Uh,
understand.
okay, right. Varna Sanka, that's humiliation. That's going like through the roof.
Mm. I think you mean like they've all been a little bit like shown that they're not so great and not good for the modern day world. So is that right?
What? No, no, no. It's just more like we're humiliated. Like our honor is just insulted.
Mm.
Like we've
I
been
don't.
calling it the colonization, right? The humiliation, just the everything. We're just humiliated.
Oh, oh. Like we've been colonized, we've been shown badly by others, and so that's why you don't want to be associated with being a Hindu. I
No, well, no,
understand.
I don't identify with Hindu or India because just because it's etymologically false, just etymologically
Oh,
erroneous.
you
But no, I
identify.
also just I'm not super like just gay about it because it's just we're just so humiliated.
That's understandable because we've been colonized by
I
others.
mark my forehead every day. I'll go out in public with a marked forehead, but I'm just not really like.
Ah, my gosh, India being so great about India, 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 India. I'm
Well,
not like.
obviously, no. I'm not exactly like super like. Obviously, I'm not super gay about the Gandhian Republic. No,
Mm.
my grandfather, he's a veteran. The Bangladesh Liberation War. I'm proud of that. I think it's a noble.
Oh yeah.
It was one of the noble conflicts. Other things, not so much.
I don't really. I think you could. I think you should help me with understanding what you mean by this whole what you mean by this whole you don't want to feel gay about it because as far as my current understanding is you like me don't want to be like India, I'm an Indian, that should be my whole personality. I think that's what you're saying. You don't want to make your culture your entire personality, which I don't want to either because that's really cringe and gay to me. But what do you mean? I cannot hear you. Is something going wrong?
Oh yeah, no, that's what I mean. Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, but I can hear you now. But what do you mean?
Yeah, that's what I mean. What you were saying. That's what I mean.
You don't want to be like overly about India, India, India. I mean, yeah, I don't want to be too
Because
gay.
ultimately, it is just it's a man made thing. It's a product of man. That's what I think. I don't think it's like
Yeah.
on the deeply spiritual thing. It's like Bhagavatam. He uses his language, decorations on a dead body. Like ultimately, you're supposed to identify with nothing except the the substrate, except the self,
With the cells, except for
the self.
biological, right?
No, I'm not talking about cells. I'm talking about the self,
Can you spell
the
that out?
Atman.
Oh, the self. Oh, you meant the self.
Yeah,
The Atman. You're not supposed to identify with anything else. So I get that. I mean, I like to. I agree with that as well, a little bit to a point. I do believe in fighting for my culture and my civilization. I just don't believe in being too. Oh my gosh, I just don't like to rub into the face of other people that I am an Indian. Like there's this one video. Do you know who? I hope you don't get upset. But I'm getting to a point with what you're saying, with what I'm about to say. But have you watched this one YouTuber named SS Sniper Wolf?
I've heard of her. I've never watched anything from her. I don't think.
Recently, have you heard of Darman?
Yeah, I have.
Darminder Maan. He actually comes from our country. So he
Yeah.
actually made a video He made a video a few while ago about this one Mexican girl who was being who went to her country and who went to America from Mexico, and apparently this woman was she was a girl, and her grandma was like sick or something, or maybe she just was living in the state, so but she wasn't having any problems. But her grandma, who is her dad's mom, her dad just wanted to see his own mom, so they moved to America because of this. And she had to go to a new school where she didn't really fit in, and all the white girls were making fun of her and saying that her tamales are really bad. I mean, she just liked tamales. It has nothing to do with being gay about her culture. She just likes tamales. That's not really something wrong. But they were making fun of her and her food. So she cried when she wanted. There's something called Cultural Appreciation Day that was happening. Do you think I should just show you the video?
No, I get the point. No, I have always just been about like kind of being
Yeah.
a crypto upasaka. I've really been about integration, especially like in the society I live in. I've never really wanted to have a separate identity. Be really, of course, I know my place in the civilization, but I'm just not really
So
like.
it's like, yeah. So defending your culture. Sorry for the interruption, but yeah. So defending your culture, you're okay with,
Yeah,
but not being like all about it.
yeah. No, I really make it a point to. Well, I would say I'm already integrated, but not really present myself as something different in the society I live in.
I think I'm able to understand what you're saying. But yeah, so so the whole thing, and then eventually somebody tells her not to be ashamed of her culture, so she starts doing the salsa dance without, even though the girls are making fun of her, and said, "I don't care what you have to say. I'm proud to be a Mexican. I like the food. I like the dance. I like
This is
everything."
the thing. It's so stupid with these people, right? Like, it's just they're just other Europeans. I've never completely understood the split between like these other Europeans and the Hispanics when they really. It's almost like seeing like the Nanakanugas try to be like, oh, we're something separate. We're different from the rest of you. Like, it's Jotsik or whatever. Like, it kind of reminds me of that, even though they're kind of just the same thing to me, especially like even like I mean, I don't know, it's just super nonsense.
So can I just give a try on what you're like and my understanding of it? Can I just give a try of explaining that, and you can see?
Sure, yeah, sure.
Okay, first of all, before I think you were saying something, I interrupted you before. I would just like to say sorry for that.
It's okay.
All right. So you don't really follow your culture on a daily basis. You're not like,
No, I absolutely do.
but like,
I don't
you
make it a point to really separate myself, really
oh,
not from the society I live in. I don't
oh
make it
yeah,
a point to really like
Like,
distinguish myself in a meaningful way. I don't try to
oh,
do.
but like you're willing to wear the tilak and stuff, but when you're around American people, you don't like to show the whole place that you're an Indian or you're a Bharatiya, but you're okay.
No, not necessarily. That's not necessarily true. I just don't. I want to be. I don't want to separate myself from them. I don't talk. The language I use isn't doesn't I hope doesn't separate me from them. I try to speak in their terms, integrate myself, present myself in an integrated way.
Can you give me like a scenario or an analogy or something to better explain that? Is that fine?
Okay, like for instance, instead of saying Dharma, I'll say Eusebia because that's what Ashoka. That's how Ashoka translated Dharma in the Ashokan edicts. When he was the Ashokan edicts, it has a Greek part to it because there's a section of the population that spoke Greek. So he translated Dharma as Eusebia, and so I'll introduce my religion as Eusebia in English or other European languages, and even in other all European languages. I'll never say I'm Indian or Hindu or a Bharati. Obviously, I'll say I'm a Mysolian, right? Marco Polo, he was in the court of the Kakatiya Samrajyam in Orugalu, my dad's hometown, and he said he was in Masolia. So I'll say I'm Masolian then, and it obviously harkens back to a time when these Europeans respected us.
Okay, so the Europeans used to respect Indians back in the day, and during that time, they called us by a few things like Eusebia and Mysovian or
No, no,
these.
Eusebia was a word used by Ashoka to translate Dharma. That's the word he used for Dharma. Masolia is the word. Well, obviously, I don't know who exactly coined it. Maybe some Greek fellows, but it was used by Marco Polo when he was in the Kakatiya. So it's Masolian is like the European term for Telugu people. So I'll introduce myself as Masolian in European languages.
I mean, I think most European and American people understand that when you say Telugu much more faster and better than when you say Mysolian, but
No,
if
no,
that,
they don't know Telugu generally. They do not. They
yeah.
absolutely do not. I can say whatever I no, and it obviously Telugu. It makes a point that you are something very like it's very like I've noticed this for the European tongue to say these things. It's almost a bit atrocious. It's almost a bit like it doesn't roll off the tongue. It almost like it really separates you. It really puts you in this box of just like kind of this gross box of like brings up feelings of xenophobia, right? Like I say I'm Masolian because it rolls off the European tongue. It's easy to say.
Oh, oh, I get it, but like, okay, one thing before I get to the next point. What is the like Mysolian? What is the term that of which these people used for Tamil people?
Oh, for Tamil, well, Tamil, it would include other. They would put, okay, so for Tamil Nadu, Kerala, parts of Karnataka, Rayalaseema, this is all Taprobane.
That's the name they called Sri Lanka, though.
No, but they applied it incorrectly. Sri Lanka was always Ceylon or Serendip. That's where the word serendipity comes from. It's like one of the names of Sinhala Dweepa.
Okay, so
Because Taprobane is referencing Dhamrapani, which, if you look in Shastra, right, it's talking about wherever the red you'll find red soil, which is obviously that it's referencing the river and the red soil. So yeah, Dhamrapani, and then of course in Pali this became Dhamrapani, and so maybe to the Greeks they just started calling Taprobane.
okay, I guess. So basically, you like to call the more Greek and Latin terms when you're talking to Westerners about these
Yeah,
things.
I try to speak in an integrated way. I even like one Pakistani woman, Pakistani, whatever. Like I told her I was Hyderabadi because I just knew that's a context she's familiar with.
Oh, like you like to call with a little bit more of a. I mean, so it seems like when talking to Europeans, you like to use Europeanized terms to make it more easier for them to understand.
Or just easier for them to accept me. I'm just not like trying to really separate. I'm more about bringing people together than apart.
I mean, I'm also like that. I also like being like this. In fact, I have some things I can get on with that, but I can to elaborate on how I'm actually similar to you in this way. But I just wanted to state that what was I trying to say? So you like to do tap. Let me just first of all get up so I can talk nicely. So tapro ban is the Tamil. So you like to use, but you don't like to use the term India though when talking to
Yeah,
Europeans.
because it doesn't apply to me.
How come the other words do, but India does not?
Because India implies the Indus River Valley, which is what Pakistan, Afghanistan, modern Pakistan, Afghanistan, Punjab, Jammu,
Oh,
Kashmir, Ladakh. These places, I've never been to these places, so they don't apply to me. I have no cognizant connection to these places.
so you like to associate yourself with what? So you like to get deep into the meanings of different things and associate yourself specifically in Europeanized integrated terms for things that of which you feel are much more accurate in terms of the meanings of the words rather than how they're used, but the meanings of these words to what you're trying to apply. Is am I around the ball there?
Yeah, you're around the ball. Yeah, fine. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not like that exactly. I mean, for me, any place that's beyond the Sindhu River, that in that area, that entire area is India.
Well,
I'm
where are you going to draw the line? Are you going to draw the line like
hmm,
Uzbekistan? That's beyond the Sindhu River. Where are you drawing the line?
um I don't really know. I guess I will look at that later. I mean, for me, India is more of land of the Hindu people rather than land of near the Sindhu River, and Hindu people means something like
It's an insult, like pagan.
oh, cuz yeah, then I don't think I mean I usually don't really care to turn it I mean like Hindus use as an insult, but like can I just tell you something very fast? You know the term apus, right?
Yeah.
Like the Muhammad Hijab coined that to insult and offend apostate prophet. But I also sometimes like to when talking about him, I also call him Apus once in a while just because it's short and an easy way to say his name, and I don't really care about the original meaning of what it's used for. In fact, I believe that using this insult Apus to refer to him in a short way usually and regularly is while it's supposed to be an insult takes the insult of the term away because you're just taking it back and just using it to refer to the guy and it's just a short and easy way to say so you don't have to remember apostate prophet 24 by 7 or you don't have to
You
call
can
him by his
say AP. I don't think he really sees it
yeah
that way. I don't think, and it's not
yeah
even concerning you. So I don't get how you're gonna get. You're not in
no
a
no
position to make these like
I know.
philosophizations.
Okay, like I mean AP, it's that's also nice. I used to then I started saying, oh, you don't have to call him a apostate prophet or AP, you can just call him AP. That's fine. So I stopped saying APUS. But long ago, I used to think that if, in fact, if you do say that, that's actually going to take the insult away from the term APUS, and
It's
that's going to
not. It doesn't
attack
take away
Hamas.
taken away in his
Oh yeah.
mind. It's not taking it away in his mind.
Okay. I mean, I don't. He doesn't seem to be the kind of person who gets easily offended by these terms. He doesn't seem to because
He
other.
does every time. He said Apus in a video. He said to Daniel Kikachu, he would respond with Mopus. He took it as an insult. Okay.
No, that's
Every time
because
he every
no,
time
no,
they
no,
do,
that
they rip a page out of the Quran and eat it.
yeah, but that's because people like Muhammad Hijab and Daniel Haqiqatjou refer to him by that term as an insult. Like if you
And
look
you
at an,
saying you do too. Every time you're not pleased with him, you're saying you're gonna call him Apus.
I didn't say that.
You just said that.
I didn't say I'm gonna call him that whenever I'm not.
No, you said when
Bro,
you're like less pleased with him, you say you call him apus. You just
I
said that.
didn't say that. I said when I don't feel like saying apostate prophet because that's too long and hard to say, I'm going to call him apus. In fact, when I'm feeling unpleased and angry with him, I try to call him by that term the least as I can because that's when it seems like offensive. Like, in fact, I only like to call him by that term. Like, when I'm feeling like something I don't like about him or when he's saying something I don't like, I in fact try to call him, I say that least I can because I want to stay as least like, oh my gosh, because I know what the history of that term has been to him. So I want to see because that's going to actually seem unfriendly. Like if I just call him that when I'm in a friendly way, like just to say, yo, bro, hey, what's up, Apus? Just because apostate prophet is too long of a thing, and I don't like to say letters. I don't like to refer to people by letters and all like that, like
You can say
AP.
his actual name, Ridvan.
I know, Ridvan. I also thought of saying Ridvan, but then I don't know. I feel he's gonna be more offended by people calling him by his real name than
He's not.
even by the term A. Oh, I don't know. It's just like I guess it's just my Indian mindset where calling
No,
older
this just shows
people.
your own lack of emotional intelligence. You're not
I
trying to
know,
understand how
I
people
know,
feel.
or it's just my lack of intelligence for the rest. Like I guess my lack of intelligence of understanding that different people are different. Because like I have this Indian mindset when I do that where it's like Indian people don't think that someone who's older than you call them by their last name. Like when you call them by their first name, you usually call them by their last name and then G, and that they don't want to get offended. And like it's like you call a teacher in school or a person who's older to you in Indian society or what Bharatiya society, as you would Dharmic society, you call you go to an older person and you call them by their first name, they're gonna feel disrespected because it's not considered as part of the culture. So that's kind of the mindset I had because like I've been trained not to think that people who are older than me are going to be offended if I call David Wood for some reason. I feel like since everyone just calls him David, he's not gonna care as much. But like for AP, since he's so used to being called AP, apostate prophet, if someone calls him Ridvan, it just feels either just weird or I just feel like that's not the proper thing to call him. Because then someone would have called him that already somewhere or sometime. So that's why I don't think I should refer to him by Ridvan. And AP, I don't really like to refer to people by letters unless I just have to. So yeah. But like, because AP and all that stuff is just an AP also means a course in school, which is a very difficult course. So that's actually an even more bigger insult for someone like me to call him than something like by his first name, Redvan, or like Apus or anything like that. It feels like the bigger insult because AP means advanced program, which is just the hardest thing, the thing that makes school the biggest nightmare of all time. So like, I don't like to call him by that. So yeah. So I just think that apus is just like it's a coined term that it's meant to be an insult, but it's just a shorter form. So if we casually use it, if we regularly use it without, then that's just going to take the insult, the offensive part away, which is going to hurt Muhammad
Again,
Hijab
this
even
is
more.
not your call. This is
I
not your
know,
call. You're not the one being insulted.
I know. No, like just listen to my logic really quick. I mean,
No,
if
your
he's
logic
upset with
doesn't
it,
make sense. Your logic doesn't
I
make
know.
sense.
If he still doesn't like it, I am fine. Like if someone coined an insult about me, I would just if they just called me that insult casually and regularly, if I know they're my friend, I wouldn't really care, considering that I would think that this is just removing the insult from the term and therefore giving an insult to the person who made the term first. Like this would be an insult directly to Muhammad Hijab if we just regularly called him a puss without actually caring about the insult. If that would just be an direct insult to Muslim apologists because they're trying to use this as an insult. If other people casually train his mind use it use this word as something which is not an insult, and if he casually is okay with it, then they'll feel offended because he won't feel offended by the term, and they will feel offended by that. You get what I'm saying? It's like if you ignore your bullies and don't feel upset with them, they'll leave you alone. The thing that can make somebody who insults you angry the most is if you take the insult as a compliment or something. So that's my way. It's just my logic.
That is not absolutely true.
I know, but that's just the logic I invented for defeating Muslim apologists. I was thinking I don't like them calling him a puss as an
Okay,
insult.
how many people have you debated?
Nobody.
Okay, then just,
I
okay, then
know.
just stop talking like that. God.
I know, I know, I know. I again, I'm telling you, I don't really follow this logic anymore. I just had that logic before. I thought if people are calling, because I didn't really know that people called him that in debates. I just thought that Muhammad Hijab once in a while just calls him that just to insult him on his videos. But I don't think that people call him that in debates just to silence him. Which if they do, I can completely understand and I'll stop saying this. But my point is the logic behind this is Muhammad Hijab coined a term to insult him, and all the Muslim apologists are using this to insult him. So what's the best way to offend them? What's the best way to insult them back? It's by turning the insult they gave us into a praise. If
No,
someone throws
it's
a
not. No, that's just gonna make them like joy. That's gonna delight them even more.
how?
Okay, you punish them. You punish them by burning the Quran. You punish them by insulting their prophet. That's when they stop. Okay, that's
That
when
is
they
like
stop.
such a weird thinking. I don't understand
That's
that
when they stop.
thinking.
That's how Daniel Kikuchu in his debate with AP. Okay, AP said he's gonna start every time he says apus, he's gonna start saying mopus, and that's when Daniel Kikuchu stopped saying. He started saying
Oh, because
Ridwan and AP.
that's getting angry. That's showing emotional something bad. Like I think the most clever way to defeat the Muslim
No,
apologists.
it's not. No, no. Okay, if you if you want to show so little emotion that don't interact with them at all.
Okay, I mean, like I'm just saying, don't get too emotional, too angry at them
You don't
because
need to be emotional at all. Just have a poker face all the time.
yeah. What do you mean have a poker face all the time?
Just be calm.
Oh yeah, be calm. Because I was just thinking about that from the song "Poker Face" by Lady Gaga, and it's like the poker face, and I didn't understand that she meant like her calm face and the guy doesn't like that or something like that. But now I think I understand. Because like I first found out by that from that song, Poker Face. Especially Eric Cartman singing that. I listen to that a lot because it's really funny. So yeah, that's where I found out the term poker face. So yeah, you should keep a poker face, but like it doesn't show that you're having a poker face and you're being calm when you allow them to attack when they attack you, you attack back. That's the equivalent of when someone attack like that's kind of like when someone attacks you but then you attack them back. Like I think the most clever way to do this
It's
is
not the most clever way. Okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not the most clever way.
okay, maybe it's not, but I thought at least that the most clever way is
Okay, well you
to
thought wrong.
okay, I thought wrong, but I still thought that the whole logic was if you call them something, if they call you something that they're trying to use as as to offend you, like an offensive term for you, but then you're just okay with like your friends just being like, "Hey, what's up, dude?" with that same term, like, "Hey," plus like, "Yo, what's up?" And then they're just it's like if some kid calls you, "You're a beanie" as an insult, and then your friends are just like, "Yeah, what's up, beanie?" Just like sarcasm, like, "Yo, he's such a beanie. What's up, my beanie?" And like they just call him beanie, and he's just like, "Yeah, what's up?" And then it's just like and then they're just doing it in a friendly term. It just takes the insult out of it, and it's just mocking him at the end, the person who invented the term beanie to insult this other guy. He's just gonna be like, no, that's an insult. Stop calling him like that. When someone doesn't take my insult and converts it into something good for them, that feels so bad. It's like the Prahalada story. They continuously try to kill Prahalad and throw him into thorns, but those thorns continuously turn into flowers. Like, think about it. Hiranyakashipu continuously tried to kill Prahalad by sending him onto thorns. But the thorns Vishnu continuously turned in your person that you were named after, turned it into like the not person but the deity you're named after continuously turned those thorns into flowers to save him, and this just made Hiranyakashipu even more mad. You get what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, and you know what eventually had to happen? Hiranyakashipu was eventually beheaded. That's what happened.
Yeah, that takes time. First make him real mad at least. This is like because if you take the insult that he says, like the thing that'll make Daniel Hakikichu happiest is if apostate prophet is offended by the term apus when someone calls him that. The thing that'll upset Daniel Hakikichu the most if he takes the offense off and he says you can't offend, because then it takes away the
No,
power
what'll
to offend
offend
AP.
Daniel Akikachu is Quran desecration, is blasphemy. That's
That is
what'll.
such a simplistic way to deal with it. That's not a very
Okay, because you don't
intellectually high
understand
way
who
to
you're
deal with
talking
it.
about. That's why you're saying it's simplistic.
I know. Okay, like Muhammad, maybe Daniel Haqiqatjou it'll work, but I feel like Muhammad Hijab is the kind of person who will easily, he coined the term to being offensive to him. But if he takes away the power to offend AP from Muslims, if AP is able to do that by just turning their insult into a compliment, that will strike them very hard. It's going to be the most
No, it's not.
intelligent thing
It's
he could
just
do.
they're just gonna come up with some new insult. They're just
Okay,
gonna keep on trying to find ways. Okay, it's not disciplining them.
yeah. That, I mean, I'm not disciplining them. It's just like they're just gonna be like, no, they're just gonna be, no, it's supposed to be offensive. Apus is supposed to be an offensive term. Why are you using this to be friendly with him? Now we can't offend him by calling him that.
Nobody thinks like that.
Oh, okay. I don't know. It just for some reason I thought that that's the way it works, but I guess if it doesn't work, I think we'll let AP decide at the end if he ever finds a way to find out whether this is a logical solution to this. Because that's, I mean, when I first thought that, I was just thinking apostate prophet, referring to this guy, but then for some reason the term
Okay,
just
I'm
atheist
gonna
came
have
in my
to
mind.
go. Okay.
Okay. I think I will let you go now. Nah, namaste. I'm supposed to say that, but anyway, it was nice seeing you, Archis. I hope we can talk another time. And yeah, I'll probably create my actual channel soon, and we can talk then. Goodbye.
Okay.
Anyway, I was just thinking things like if you call somebody terms like that kind of a term, but just hear me out. I think AP should decide at the end whether that's a. Why are we like I'm supposed to talk about Zionism and Hindutva? Why they're the same? Okay, I think I'll actually make one more video if Rebecca Barsev agrees to join in. I will be ready to do this. But anyway, yeah, there's two people watching right now. That is my point. Okay, we take something that they used to say bad about him. We take it. We take the insult, the offensiveness out of it, and then we just like first it started off with me just thinking apostate prophet, and for some reason because I couldn't say that name so loudly, like the term apostate prophet, it's so loud. I think I just didn't think of the terms AP, and again I don't like saying letters. Apostate prophet, they continuously saying that, and also nobody calls him Ridvan, so I just thought it's weird to call him Ridvan. Apostate prophet is just so loud. So for some reason, the very first thing that came into my mind was the term apus. Not because it's simply because it's the most easiest. I'm a big fan of this man. Like he's like the nicest atheist of all time. He like knows his purpose. He's an extremely intelligent man, and he's very good at making friends with theists. Like, why would I ever want to be mean to this guy? Just think about that for a second. Just think about that. I've been giving money to this guy to talk to him and ask about his opinions. I've been asking this guy to watch my streams. Why is that the kind of person you guys think? I knew him way before I knew even David Wood. Like, I knew about David Wood from this guy. Like, I watched his one video, his very first short, where it's like 45 reasons why Islam is not a peaceful religion. And I'm like, finally somebody outside of India who can understand things that Indians talk about. And ever since then, I've loved this guy a lot. Like, especially after watching his one video, why I don't criticize other religions. I understood that like this guy, this is the same guy who restored my faith in atheists. Like, before, I thought all of them are these annoying people who hate all religions. This guy's the very first guy who let me know they're not all like that. And, like, imagine if, like, this one man continuously got cheated by women, or this one woman continuously got cheated by men, and then they met a person of the opposite sex who's actually a nice person. Imagine if, like, you politicians for so long are being really mean people, but then this one politician shows up, like Donald Trump, who's actually not a good person. Would that one person who restored your faith in men, restored your faith in women, restored your faith in politicians, is that the kind of person that you would hate or want to insult? Like, this guy literally restored my faith in, like, atheists, that there's good atheists as well who don't be mean to others. This is, like, not the first kind of person I want to be mean to, okay? Like, this guy's the reason I even know about David Wood. He's even made friends with Sham Sharma. Stop thinking I'm against this guy, okay? APUS was just because it's the shortest, easy, except for AP. Like, AP, for some reason, that even sounds really hard to say. Just APUS. It's just, I mean, I don't want to think it's a really good term because I know it's offensive to him, like, for now at least. But that term just goes, like, fluidly, just like that. Like, AP is just, like, just two letters, like, two syllables and stuff. It's just breaking something. And apostate prophet sounds really long, and Ridvan is his real name. But again, I said I have an Indian mindset. I don't want to say this guy's real name, because that's not what we usually do to people who are elder to us. David, he just doesn't have any other word term, any other thing, so we just have to call him David. But Ridvan is not. I just, either that or just so weird because no one calls him that. But yeah, Apus just sounded really fluid, and you could just pick it up from the top of your mind and just call someone that. So I don't know why. Maybe it's just because I don't know why. That's for some reason why it came first off. Like, I don't, I feel bad saying that the insult is, like, the easiest way to say his name. But it's just was. It's just the most fluid and easiest way to say his name. Like, a pause, a prophet, AP just sounds so broken. Just saying Apus sounds like one name, or it's like, just say. And again, about Red Von being not a real name. But like, it was just like that. That's why I said his name. I just thought apostate, I mean, Apus as the thing. But then I just started saying, okay, well, I know it's an insult, but unless I say it in front of him, I'll just say Apus over and over again. If it's as a short way, an easy way to say it, because he's not even going to get offended, because he's not going to hear it, and I'm not using it the term, so it's fine if I just use it as a short form. So I just started saying that. And if I ever do meet AP, I thought I would just say that, bro, I just use it as, like, a short form of saying your name. It just comes easy. So it just comes out the top of the mind. I don't ever think too hard to just say it. So what's wrong? And he'll probably understand and be like, yeah, you know what? It's fine. I don't really care. And I'm not really offended when people say that, because, like, I'm not like, I like, he's not the kind of, like, immature person who would be like, oh my gosh, they are calling me this. I am too. No, like, I think he's just like, like a chill guy who doesn't get offended. He just comes off as that kind of a person. So, like, yeah, I thought I could just explain to him and then he'll understand. But then afterwards, I also thought, like, and also I didn't know that these Muslim apologists call him that during debates. So I can understand now, even now, that he would probably be a little bit extra offended by it. So I think at the end of the day, it should be left to AP whether he's okay with it or not. So the next part is the logic was, again, the whole, I remove this dumb thing. I remove that people call him, this is supposed to be an insult. I remove that from this whole shenanigans. And then I begin to call him, Like I was just thinking the whole logic where they coined this term to offend him, to to condemn him or whatever. So if we take, like, the best, what they say, what's the if you are given an insult, if you refuse an insult, like if you refuse a gift, who's it going back to? The person who gave the gift. Similarly, if you give don't receive if you don't receive the insult that someone else gave you, who was it going right back to? The person who gave the insult. So I saw something like this thing on Quora about that. So my point here is, I guess it's not really going to be the most. So that logic was used by me to state that if you take an insult that someone gave you, and you're just like AP, people do these kind of things to me all the time. Like people are making fun of me and insulting me all the time. I'm just deciding to be chill with it and just taking it. When people call me something mean, I just decide to say, hey, like there's this one thing called the Tarun touch. Like I barely even knew that they were using this to insult me. Like it was in fourth grade where like some people thought I was a disgusting person, so they decided to make up the Tarun touch, wherein it's like the cheese touch. If I touch them, then they can pass it on to others, and the Tarun touch is passed. Like it's a cheese touch, except I'm the cheese because they all thought I was disgusting. So I thought it was just giving me attention. I was just too naive to take an insult from that. Then this one kid was saying that's so mean to yourself that you're trying to promote the Tarun touch, and I was like, what? How is that so? And then the kid was like, the people who made that up, the Tarun touch, were doing that to insult you, to be mean to you. Then that was the first time I understood. That's the first time. Until then, I just thought they were just playing a game that I was getting attention, and it's just something cool. I didn't know that that's what's happening until then. I just don't know how to take an insult like this. I just don't. So I don't think I'm too easily offended. I'm just people are trying to offend me. Like this one thing called elbows. Like this time I did know. Some people thought that my hands are dirty when I was at this one other school, so they just gave me elbows. I think it was in the charter school founders, the recent one that I just graduated out of. They were just giving me elbows, all these people, because like they didn't want to touch my hands. So when I high five, they just gave me elbows, and everyone wanted to give me elbows and stuff because they didn't want to touch my hands. So I knew this was meant to be offensive to me, that I'm a disgusting person with disgusting hands. But then I was all like, you know what? Who really cares? If I don't take the insult, it's not gonna hurt me. Let me just get elbows. People just give me elbows, and I'll just take the elbows and take the insult and not really care. I guess because unless I'm offended by them giving me elbows, it's not gonna hurt me. So that's just the thing. Like unless I get offended, they can't have power to offend me. Okay? If I choose to not take the offensive thing as offensive, it's not gonna be offensive. So that was my mindset. So based on this, I thought AP was also going to be the same thing. If we take the term they coined to be offensive, like this is like elbows for me would be like apus for him. We just take that term, and then like black people, like African Americans. Sorry, like the N word is something that which the white people coined to offend them, to be insulting to them. Now that they've gotten their freedom, they've started using the N word to call each other as friends. And you call other people the N word to mean friend. They've changed it from an, a vulgar term or a condescending term for people of African American, of people of African descent, or like African racial descent, and people of darker skin, changing it from a condescending term for them to just meaning friend or homie. So they did that. Similarly, we can just take this term, the term like there's so many other terms, like even I don't want to say them, that have been used for that exact community, that of which many of the members of their community have been mature and intelligent enough of the African American community to take that and turn it into something that means just friend. That's an insult to the insult that of which white people have given to them. It's very intelligent of them to do so. So that's a very good way of insulting people who insult you. Take their insult and turn it into something that's not an insult. Trust me, no one will be more offended by that than that. So you're taking the offense out of something. You're taking away their power to offend you, and you don't have to censor that word at all. Okay, You don't have to censor the word. People can still have freedom of speech to say that word, like the N word or A plus or something like that, or Daisy or other slurs. But you're just using it, not Daisy, not like bitch or brat or just other bad words to call people. You don't even have to censor it. You can protect freedom of speech can be there, but you don't have to get offended. The hate speech, you're turning it into something that isn't going to be hate speech at all. People can freely say that word, but you don't get to be offended by it. Okay, so like that's amazing. Like think about it. That's so smart if you really think about it. It's like the N word or something like that. Or actually, I don't think gay people have done the same thing with the FAGGOT. And women constantly call themselves bitch all the time. In fact, people call men who are acting what's pusillanimous, men who are acting like that, they call them bitch all the time. So it's just women don't get offended by that term anymore. Like I learned that that term means is supposed to be used as a condescending term for women. So many, like a few years or so after I officially learned that word. Okay, so yeah, I think that's something we can all do. So similarly with this word, we just take it, we take the offense out of it. We start calling people. We just start being like, I would send this idea to AP himself, and he'd be like, "Whoa, that's actually really smart." And then it's just like he just understands it. It's like we call him that constantly in a friendly manner. Just we can just like turn it from a offensive term for him to just an easy, out of the mind way to say his name, and then that's just gonna like they're gonna be like, no, it's supposed to be an offensive term for him, not just a short and easy way to say his name. But then they're just gonna get angry about it. It's just gonna become like the same thing with the N word happened, or I really don't want to get offended, or that other terms like Desi for me, Indian people or bitch for women is just gonna turn into the exact same thing. They're just going to be like, we don't it's just like gonna change, and then nobody just taking away the power to offend you. It's also going to be like elbows. They originally made that to offend me because they thought my hands are disgusting. It's supposed to be mean to me, like, or at least thinking condescending of my hands. But I just didn't care. I just didn't take the offense. I just didn't take the insult. I just didn't take the insult, and that didn't really affect them because they didn't really care. But I think Muhammad Hijab is the kind of person who's going to take the offense if he just takes the. This is the best way to do it, I think. But I think we'll leave it to AP. My opinion: AP should decide whether he thinks this is a good plan to demonstrate his superior power to demonstrate a superior power to these people. Instead of eating the Quran, instead of just insulting Muhammad, I think this is an intelligent thing. It's not going to be childish at all. It's going to be an extremely mature way. Like, why do I have to explain this? Like, it just feels so cringe and weird at this point itself. Like, if we just do the thing, it's not going to be that bad. Okay, just call him that. Say "Hey, what's just like I mean, Apus is doing these things, and hey, what's up, Apus? And just, like, things like that. They're like, why are you calling him that with like for like this kind of stuff? It's supposed to be mean to him. My God, that's gonna be really funny. But AP, even now I was almost about to say Apus instead of AP because it's just so easy to come out from the mind. Like we could just use it like a term for that easily. Like it's so easy to come off the mind that if we just call him that continuously, it just that just you don't take the insult. You shouldn't take the insult. AP, you decide at the end what you think. That's my point of view. A apostate prophet, has the right to decide what he feels is in fact the best or the worst way to deal with this. If he doesn't like it, he doesn't like it. He likes it, he likes it. I think this plan should be introduced to AP first, and if he decides, and at the end of the day, I give the authority to him to decide whether this is a good plan or not. So AP, I'm not going to call you the other term until you've certified that this is okay and this is a great plan. AP, Ridvan, because in case you are okay with me calling you that, you don't want people to call you by your real name. I just don't want people to call me Ridvan, bro. I just like it when people call me apostate prophet more. In case you're not like that, just understand. I'm leaving to you. I'm leaving it to you what you think about this. Your you have authority over this. Your decision. You do this. If you can tell me whether you think this is a good idea or not, I'm okay with it. In case, even if you don't like me because of the Mahasa Amini thing, which it was just a joke, it's just a joke. That doesn't mean I don't feel bad for her. Bro, I don't not feel bad for her. I do feel bad for her. I literally used it in a different video as an example that how evil the Iranian Islamic regime is. Oh my god, it's not offensive. I'm it's just like I don't think she's very attractive, and I think some people were like she's really attractive, she's so pretty, and I'm like I guess she's not the prettiest person in the world. I mean, I guess I'm not looking good as either, but like just don't be so stupid. I did not mean that offense. Why do people think a lot of things that I say offensively? I did not mean it like that. I don't mean that, oh my gosh, her death does not matter. Her death does not matter, bruh. She's just a stupid, unattractive woman who's doesn't. I don't mean it like that, bro. I don't mean it like that. I mean that it was just a joke. That I just wanted to call that I'm not fine. She doesn't look that great, huh? Because like it's kind of okay, I guess. Or do we find to take a few things offensively? Because I don't know. They seem to be the community which doesn't get David Wood and Apostate Prophet seem like the two kind of people who do not get offended at anything. I just don't. I just don't seem to get offended at anything. Except for when it's really, really disrespectful, like actually. Like it's just a joke. I thought they're the kind of people who take that. But if the Mahasa Amini joke was actually that bad, I am sorry. I just make those kind of jokes with my friends, and you guys again seem to be the kind of people who don't get offended by that. Please don't hate me for that one joke. Please don't hate me for that one joke. Or for this, for saying, oh my gosh, Ape should be used as a term to take back, just to insult the Muhammad job back by just taking the insult and making it a compliment. That's the best way. Not a compliment, but just a normal way to do things. Taking the insult out of the insult, that's the better way to insult the insulter. That should be a great thing. When you take the insult out of the insult, that's the biggest insult to the insulter. That sounds so amazing. But like, if you agree with it or not. But if you don't understand, that was just my logic. That's an easy way to come out of the mind. I mean, I've always been a big fan of this guy. It's an easy way to get out of the mind, and it'll offend them even more. I thought that afterwards, that one, after thinking it's an easy way to come out of the mind, it's okay. Afterwards, I thought this is fine, I guess. So please don't get offended by this. Please don't get offended by this. Please be okay with this, or if you don't are not okay with this, at least don't hate me for it. Okay? Just don't please be more okay with not being against this too much. I haven't been even able to talk about the topic at hand during this entire discussion because I was expecting for other people to join. I was expecting for Mrs. Rebecca Barsef to join, and then we can discuss. Okay, like there are certain things which I don't really find to be that bad, that offensive. So don't just don't, especially with a bunch of people who are okay eating the Quran. I don't think that they should take many things too seriously. So if it's that bad, please let me know because there's certain things I don't have the social cues to understand are not that great. It doesn't mean I'm not intelligent. It just means like young Sheldon sometimes I don't understand. I just have a little bit. I just think that a straightforward, logical mind without understanding whether some things are good or bad. Like I just think that this is a good way. This is a good plan. So I don't know what the social cues about this are. So yeah, whatever. So let me know. Understand. I don't always say what I think is. I don't always say what is considered socially appropriate because I don't always know what is. I just say what makes sense to my mind sometimes. Okay? So if you are offended by this, please let me know. I don't mean to be offensive. In fact, I'm trying to take the offense out and offend the people who are trying to offend you. But if you're offended by this, please let me know. I promise to say sorry if you want and take it back, and we're not doing this. Please don't hate me for this. Okay, but that ended. Also, don't hate me for the joke. That's all. Let me know. Sorry about the Mahasam mini joke. Sorry if you guys are offended by anything I've ever said. I think we should end it now. I will see you all later. Bye. Let me just end it with something really cool. I will see you all later. Hopefully this time on my other channel. Unless Rebecca Barseff wants to come on this channel, then I'm willing to do it. One more on this one. Otherwise, I'll probably do it on my actual channel. I will see you all in my other channel when I actually make it. And I will see you over there later. Bye. Oh god, they're gonna think I'm Ninja Mommy when I say bye like that, but I'm not. No, I'm not. Please don't. I'm not. Bye.